Hi, this is Sir Heron Bautista, and in this video, let me discuss to you the topic all about the present value, the rate, and the time in simple interest, and the present value in compound interest. So, let's get started. Let's begin with finding the present value, the rate, and the time in simple interest. In doing this we will be referring on this working equation, which is the formula solving the future value of simple or in simple interest. That is, F is equal to principal amount, quantity, times the quantity 1 plus rate times time. Using this formula, we can derive another formulas in solving for the present value, the rate, and time in simple interest. Let's proceed with principal or the present value. So, the formula is capital letter P, the present value or the principal amount is equal to future value divided by 1 plus rate times time. Next, how about for the rate? The formula of the rate is small letter r, that is equal to future value minus present value or principal amount divided by present value or principal amount times time. And if the interest is given, we can now simply use this formula. Interest divided by principal or present value times the time. And then lastly, the formula solving for the rate, that is denoted by, at the time rather, that is denoted by small letter t, is equal to future value minus the principal amount or the present value divided by principal or present value times rate. Or simply, interest divided by principal or present value times the rate. Now that we have the three formulas solving for the present value, rate, and time, we can now solve some word problems involving this. Okay, let's proceed with this problem. Marvin and Eliza want to invest now in preparation for their daughter's debut. Hence, they want to have 150,000 pesos after 10 years. How much should they invest at an investment paying 15% for 5 years? First step is to present the given. So we have here 150,000 as the future value since ito yung gusto nilang ng pera after 10 years. And then for the rate, guys, we have here 15% divided by 5. Since the rate is usually per year, isabi dito sa problem, 15% for 5 years, sa 5 taon, 15% yung rate. So, para makuha natin yung rate in 1 year, we're gonna have to divide 15% by 5, and that is 3%. Then, convert this into its decimal form, that is equal to 0.03. And the time here is 10 years. Since nakalagay dito, the 150,000, the future value, ay makukuha nila, it will be accumulated after 10 years. Ito yung expected amount nila after 10 years. So the time is 10 years. And the principal value or the present value na kailangang i-invest nila ngayon is missing. Ito yung hahanapin natin. So we're gonna have to use the formula for the present value. Copy the formula. And then plug in the values on each variables in the equation. Future, 150,000 pesos. And the rate, that is 0.03. The time is 10. Multiply the 2.03 times 10. That is 0.3. Add the 2. That is 1.3. Then by division, 150,000 pesos divided by 1.3. That is equal to 115,384 pesos and 62 centavos. So ito yung halagang kailangang i-invest ni Marvin and Eliza to acquire 150,000 pesos after 10 years. Now, let's check if our answer is correct. So let's do some checking. So hahanapin natin ang future value using the principal or the present value na nakuha natin. So using this formula, then plug in the values on each variables. So principal, copyahin natin siya. Then the rate, that is 0.03 times 10. Same process. Multiply the 2, that is 0.3. And then add 1 plus 0.3, that is 1.3. Then multiply 1.3 to the principal amount or present value na nakuha natin. So by multiplication, it will come up to 150,000 pesos. 150,000 pesos, 0.006 centavos. So, pag ni-round off natin to into whole number, that is equal to 150,000 pesos. Therefore, tama ang sagot natin kasi equal silang dalawa. Okay, next. Problem number 2. At what rate will the amount of 20,000 pesos investment yields 85,000 pesos in 15 years at simple interest? So this problem calls for the value of the rate in simple interest. So we're gonna have to use the formula, the second formula here above. So first thing to do is to present the given. So the given are, we have 85,000 pesos as the future value, 20,000 pesos as the principal amount or present value, and the time is 15 years and the rate is missing. Ito yung hahanapin natin. So, copy the formula and then plug in the values on each variables found in the equation. So, future 85,000, principal of present value 20,000, then that's it. Then, subtract the 2, then multiply the 2 in the denominator. So, we're gonna have 65,000 pesos in the numerator and 300,000 pesos in the denominator. So by division, by dividing these two, it will yield to a result which is equal to 0.21666667 or 21.67%. As simple as that. So I use here the complete value or the decimal value for the result, for the quotient of the two above. So by division, we're gonna have to cancel out the peso sign since we're talking about the rate. So we're gonna use the percent form here and the decimal form in here. Okay, so now let's check our answer if it's correct. So let's do some checking. Let's find out if it will come up into the same future value here using the rate. Okay, this is the formula finding the future value. Then plug in natin ang the value of each variables. So the principal amount, 20,000. The rate here, we're gonna have to use the complete value, decimal value of the quotient of 65,000 and 300,000. That is 0.21666667 times the time, which is 15. Multiply the 2. That is equal to 3.25. Then 3.25 plus 1, that is 4.25. And then multiply this to 20,000. It will yield to a result which is equal to 85,000 pesos. So, parehas lang silang dalawa. Therefore, our answer is correct. As easy as that. If you want to check if your answer is correct, let's do some checking. Next problem. We have here, how long will an investment of 543,200 pesos yields 876,500 pesos at simple interest rate of 5% annually. Okay, of course, this problem calls for the length of time, right? That is the time. So let's present first the given. We have here P, the principal or the present value, 543,200, the future value, that's the value, and the rate is 5% is equal to 0.05 and the time is missing. So copy the formula of time. Okay, and then plug in the values on each variables. And then on the numerator, subtract, do some subtraction. On the denominator, do some multiplication. And the result is we have 333,300 pesos on the numerator and we have 27,160 pesos on the denominator. By division, it will yield the result which is equal to 12.27172 years or simply as 12.27 years. Then let's check again if our answer is correct. Okay, so hahanapin natin ang future value pa rin. Okay, plug in the values on each variables, the principal amount, that's it, and then the rate, and then the time. I use here the complete value. Okay, this is the complete value for the quotient of this, and then by Okay, the formula to be used here is capital letter P is equal to the future value divided by quantity 1 plus rate raised to time. This one is equal to 1.116539544. And then by division, 34,500 pesos divided by 1.116539544. The answer is 30,899 pesos and 4 centavos. So ito na yung present value. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed to compounding more than once a year. So, paano naman pag ang interest ay kinompound more than once a year? Hindi lang isang beses sa isang taon, kundi madaming beses pa. Okay. So, that's it. So, ito yon. Let me show you the table here. On the first column, we have here the compounding or conversion frequency. As what you can observe on our previous examples, ang lagi doon ay annually. Yearly, di ba? We are yearly yearly. So, annually, aside from annually, we have semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So, annually, that is 1. Isang beses lang siya, kino-compound. Semi-annually, 2 beses. Quarterly, 4. Monthly is 12 times. Weekly is 52 times. Daily is 365 times. Okay. Pag kinompound siya, gamit ito. Kung hindi siya annually, kapag ganyan. So, magkakaroon tayo ng changes in our formula. So, the first one, yung ating time na naka-raise, okay? So, magiging n na siya. It will become n. So, n is equal to m times t. Na kung saan, ang ibig sabihin ng n, it is the total number of conversion periods for the whole term. Ito siya, conversion period na yan, that is n. Okay. So, yung m, dyan, that is the number of conversion periods per year. Ito yun, guys. Kapag annually 1, semi-annually 2, ito siya. These are the numbers representing M. And then T, this is the time. How many years? Ayan, i-multiply natin yung dalawa. Upon multiplication, it will come up to N, the total number of conversion periods for the whole term. Okay, kasi nga meron lang tayong conversion frequency rito. At number of compounding conversion per year. And then, ang rate natin, the rate, it will also be changed. Gabago din siya. So, ang rate natin is denoted by J, small letter J, which is equal to I raised to M all over M. Na kung saan, the letter J, it represents the rate of interest for each conversion period. Okay, kasi nga compounded ganito siya. Yan yung mga period niya. Okay, and then I raised to M is the annual rate of interest. The annual rate of interest. I raised to M, that is the symbol. And then M, of course, that is the frequency of conversion. Ito yung mga numbers na yan. Okay? So, now let's use these two new variables in our new formula kapag ang interest ay compounded more than once a year. Okay, let's proceed. So next we have here finding the present value in compound interest. So the formula to be used is P is equal to future value all over quantity 1 plus J raised to N, wherein J is equal to I raised to M and M all over M, and N is equal to M times T. The problem here is a financial obligation of 25 unknown. Using the formula, ayan, plug in lang natin ang value. So, 25,500 pesos all over 1 plus 0.09 over 2 raised to 2 times 5.5. Then, ito, divide lang natin to, naka-fraction na to, this fraction, and then multiply natin tong nasa exponent. So, this is 25,500 all over 1 plus 0.045, add natin yung dalawa. Ayan, then 1.045 raised to 11, ito munang uunahin natin, that is equal to 1.622853046. Then by division, 25,500 divided by 1.622853046, the principal or the present value is equal to 15,713 pesos and 7 centavos. So this is now the answer to this problem. Thank you so much for your time in listening and watching this video. I hope you learned something out from it. Once again, thank you so much.